Hey Insiders, Daniel Pickett here with another episode of Julius's Jumbo Corner. Today we are looking at the Star Wars Darth Vader jumbo figure from Gentle Giant, but the unique thing about him is that he is a removable helmet Darth Vader, which I always thought was sort of low-hanging fruit and was surprised that Kenner never did this back in the day, especially in their Power of the Force line extension. It also seems strange to me that Hasbro, in their more recent retro line, has not attempted this, because this, again, seems like such an easy one to do. Well, Gentle Giant took the bait. They were the first ones out of the gate to do this in a retro figure, albeit a 12-inch scale. Now, the interesting thing to me about this is kind of their choice of how they did the card first off. So you can see it's a Star Wars card, even though it's using the graphic from the Return of the Jedi card. So I actually have a carded Return of the Jedi Darth Vader. As you can see, they did kind of a, they painted their own backdrop for behind Darth Vader, whereas Gentle Giant is using the original backdrop from the original photo. But I'm a little surprised they didn't make this like a Power of the Force figure on a Power of the Force card with a Power of the Force coin. That seems like that would have been the natural extension of what Kenner would have done. But for some reason, they put it on a Star Wars card with the Return of the Jedi graphic. So that part of the card is a little confusing to me. I would have done something different. The other thing that's sort of unique about this guy is that his lightsaber, as you can see right here, is packaged separately, which they've never done that before with any of the other Darth Vader figures. Another thing I would have loved for them to do for this opportunity was to have used the extending, the double telescoping lightsaber. We tooled that up when I worked at Gentle Giant back in, 2017, 2018, and we used it in the early bird kit. So, I wanted to get that done for fans with the intention of, if they ever release Obi-Wan or Darth Vader again, we could get them with the double telescoping lightsabers. And this seems like that would have been a great opportunity for that, but that did not happen. So we're just going to have to live with it. On the back of the card, it shows the scene from Return of the Jedi, with Sebastian Shaw there with his helmet off. It says, Darth Vader, once a heroic Jedi Knight named Anakin Skywalker. Darth Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force, forever scarred by his defeat on Mustafar. Vader was transformed into a cybernetically enhanced Sith Lord. At the dawn of the Empire, Vader led the Empire's eradication of the Jedi Order and the search for survivors. He remained in the service of the Emperor, the evil Darth Sidious, for decades, enforcing his master's will and seeking to crush the Rebel Alliance and other detractors. But there was good in him. So that's really a mashup of a lot of different Star Wars movies. A lot of information there. You can see down here at the bottom some of the more recent releases and some of the upcoming ones. So we don't have Lando Skiffguard quite yet. We don't have 8B8 yet. Ahsoka is out. Vader is out. I think Boba Fett just came out, and both Cy Snoodles and Droopy McCool have been solicited. Now, a lot of times I do these Julius Jumbo Corners and I just show you the figure in the packaging. But you know what? I'm going to open this one up. I have several Vaders on the card already. I don't have a Vader loose in my collection, and I would like to have one. So this is going to be my guy. Okay, so here he is loose. I have put his lightsaber into his lightsaber hilt. He uses the same standard Darth Vader body as the original vintage figure. It's, the same lightsaber that retracts into his arm. The thing that always bothered me as a kid about the Darth Vader Kenner figure was just how mushed the mask looked. It always looked kind of goofy and not very menacing to me. So having this re-sculpted for a removable helmet really elevates this figure to me. I always thought, with that squashed face and this kind of weird, mushy, soft hand, I don't know, the Kenner figure just never really did it for me. I would have liked to have seen them take one more pass at it, probably around the time of Return of the Jedi. And again, a removable helmet would have been a great opportunity for that. But alas, they put out the same figure for each of the three movies. So again, looking at this guy now with this, really, really dynamite. I think this would be great to have in my collection. Same kind of vinyl cape that we are used to. Up here, you know, he's got the control panel that we've seen, the boots. But here is the big difference, the reveal. Taking that helmet off, and you have a very sad, angry Sebastian. But there's good in him. So you can see he's got the scars on the side of the face. He's got the scars on the top of his head. He's not quite kind of a cracked egg as he is in the movie. But again, this is kind of the Kenner version, which I like. See the scars there, scar on the side of his face. So it's a nice, you know, nice approximation of what was in the movie without being too horrific. So again, this is such, you know, I love that Gentle Giant is doing these. It's a great way to re-release figures that they have done before. And again, I would expect that from Hasbro, but for some reason Hasbro does not like printing money. They want to just keep putting out other things that are not things that the fans necessarily want, which is unfortunate. I have high hopes for the retro line when it came out, but Gentle Giant, I really think, has been knocking it out of the park. You know, for a while they were only putting out figures that weren't part of the Kenner line. Now they've shifted back to sort of do a great mix. I love them going back and doing things like removable helmet Vader, the Sand Trooper, Luke X-Wing with the removable helmet. Like, all these things are what I wanted as a kid. So now to get these as an adult, even the Jumbo line, it makes me very, very excited. I can't wait to see how they do Cy Snoodles and the Max Rebo Band and Droopy McCool. I think those will look great in the 12-inch scale. But let's take a look with Vader, maybe with some Stormtroopers, maybe with Tarkin, maybe with the Emperor. Let's mix it up a little bit.